Right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the August 18th Michigan PR Group. How are we already halfway through August? I don't know, but that's what the clock and calendar tell me. So we've got a roundtable meeting today, so anybody can chime in. And I guess I'll start off the question asking, how did summer reading go for everybody? Ambien and Joy. All right. So welcome everybody. All right. How did summer reading go for everybody this year? Or are you still finishing it up?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Well, at Tecumseh, it went really well. We had almost 400 total participants at least. We're still tabulating how many finished. Um, the opening and closing ceremonies had great weather. The parties, ceremonies sounds like it's the Olympics or something, but um,
Your library Olympics.
yeah, we actually we had a storyteller for the opener, and he was really good, very effective. Um, and then we had Crazy Craig Wise. I'm sure some of you are familiar with him. He came to the showcase in Southgate, and I would highly recommend him. He was a little bit more than $500 because he had to travel from Livonia down to Tecumseh. He's normally like closer to $500. He came early and performed, and then he stayed at least an hour after he needed to put together balloon animals, for kids, and just really easy to work with. And so most of the feedback that we got from summer reading was very positive. There were a few people who didn't like the Beanstack app, um, but we'll probably continue to offer the Beanstack app and um, a paper alternative, as well. But it was, this is only my third year doing it, but it was the smoothest that I've seen. People were happy with the prizes. The Friends of the Library underwrote. Um, a lot the big of like Craig Wise and the opener, and at least one of the prizes as well. So overall, I would say highly successful. Although I know the children's librarian in particular is really kind of tired of dinosaurs. I do know that, but that's how I went to come see.
Well, that's great. I say Enjoy put in the chat that it went great for her. Heather popped in that they had a good year for summer reading. They had fewer readers this year, but that they had more minutes read than last year. And at Southfield, we had more people register, which for us means we're handing out the paper thing, but fewer turned it in at the end. But we also had a big, and inadvertently, we had the big back to school fair just 2 days before, and then a big family fun fair 2 days before our finale, which I think might have people were, like, oh, we just did that. So hopefully we can time it better because those two programs were added in after we had already planned out summer reading. And is everybody gearing up for fall now and winter? We just booked our December dates for Sleigh of Giving, so I'm thinking Christmas already here. In the heart of August when the kids aren't even back in school. It's always that weird thing of we have to be in the multiple mindsets. Like, what's happening today? What's happening tomorrow? What's happening next week? What's happening 6 months from now? All at the same time.
Yeah, we have a new adult programming supervisor, and she has done really well at booking a lot of things at least out to December, January, all in person. In fact, Adam's coming. We talked about that last time um, in the fall to visit us to talk about Carnegie libraries. We're looking forward to that. She also has a program on the Bath schools tragedy that happened in 1928. And I think we also talked about this perhaps, but there's a Tecumseh connection to that. The person who um, was responsible for that tragedy was born in Tecumseh. And so there's a lot of interest, in that. And then our students started yesterday at Tecumseh schools, full day yesterday. So I just came back from vacation, but I'm, dealing with all of that. We went to a lot of open houses and things already. And we really like the idea. We didn't do a slip like to give people to sign up, but we had a QAR code um, to sign up for library services for the teens, so that basically all they have to do is a parent has to come in at that point and sign the actual application, and then they'll have a card. Um, we used to have digital cards only, and that was problematic because the parents didn't know that the kid had the card necessarily, and they had access to everything on Hoopla and everything on Libby and other things, and then parents had no idea potentially. So now you have to have a card, but every kid in Tecumseh schools, regardless of their residency, can get a card. And so we're doing we've always done some outreach with the school community, but we've ramped it up for sure. Like there's much more aggressive right now, and I'm doing more like getting into the high school and the middle school, um, as well. So to be honest, it's becoming a little, uh, my biggest issue right now is prioritizing my time and, continuing. I've got two racks of books sitting here that need to be cataloged, and I've got, like all of that still continues, but we're ramping up our involvement with the schools. And again, we normally get, like yesterday, we had about probably between 40 and 50 kids visit us after school. Probably a third of them had been here before, and probably two-thirds were new. So we're, giving them the code of conduct and, being friendly about it. But yeah, there's a lot going on, for sure.
Yep, it's great to set the expectations right up front, and I'm just shocked you guys are in school already. So my kids don't start for 3 weeks. So, but my husband is back at work. Hi, midnight. Everybody, midnight. She's joining into the meeting here. My at-home helper here. Enjoy put that they're almost done planning for fall. October is their busiest but most fun month. So what do you have, Joy? What do you have planned for October? Looks like as you have a pumpkin in there, might be something Halloweeny. I say one program we've had success with in October, and they're coming back. I think now for the third year is we're having the haunted mitten podcast hosts talk about haunted buildings in Michigan. So that's always a fun one. I think we've got that October 22nd. So definitely getting in the Halloween spirit there.
Hi, it's Philomena. We have a trunk or treat program every year, and we decorate the library, and we have like a putt-putt golf. We set it up, and we had a haunted house last year, and we give out donuts and cider and, all that fun stuff. We
Ooh,
do that right around Halloween.
trunk or treats are always fun. The last couple of years, my kids have insisted we decorate a trunk too instead of just getting the candy. So we'll see what they come up with this year's trunk theme. I say we don't do that at our library, but we do participate. The police and our Parks and Rec both do a big Halloween event, so we have a library table at both of those and hand out the candy and the coloring books. So I want to thank Jeff's not here, but I want to thank him for the idea from last month's meeting. Uh, he put forth the idea to have little slips of paper ready with the QR code for our to sign up online for our library card. We didn't end up needing them. We had plenty of people at our back to school fair that we did 2 weeks ago, but we've got them ready for like we're going. This Thursday is our senior appreciation night in the city, so we will have those ready to go for that. So I want to thank him for that idea, and that it was something we were able to put into place right away. So that's always nice. Oh, and there is Jeff.
What
I was
happened?
just saying thank you to you.
Oh, for what?
We took your idea that you gave us last month to have that QR code on a handout for the online library cards. So we didn't
Way
end
to
up
do it.
using it at the back to school fair because we had enough people ready to make library cards for everybody, but it's ready to go for our senior appreciation night on Thursday night.
Excellent. Glad to hear.
Yeah, and I already said it, Jeff, but we used it also. It was a huge help because
Great.
basically, like ours, we were just one stop at schedule pickup. And so we were one table. And so, like, if there was going to be a jam at our table, people would just bypass our table. So it was much easier. Boom, scan, move on, scan, move on. And it was very helpful. Yeah.
Excellent. 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 I'll send you my address for the royalties check.
Okay. Okay. I think I know where you are, but
Great.
okay. You've done a good job marketing that.
And whoops, let me Min Bijou, my other helper, is here too, of course. So, and Joy put in so for their fall programming, they've got PSAT practice, spooky Dungeons and Dragon escape room. Ooh, that sounds fun. Band book trivia and a Halloween dance party. Those all sound fun. I like the D&D escape room. All right. And Adam posted in the chat, and it's got the link to it if you want to hit that. Go for that. They're hosting their inaugural Mid-Michigan Local History Conference coming up October 3rd.
And it's
Adam, want to add
free.
anything more about it?
It's free.
That is always a good feature of conferences.
Including the lunch. But no, this is something that we kind of been toying around the idea with a few other folks, and we're partnering with the Archives of Michigan, the Historical Society of Michigan, and the State Capitol's Education and History Department to put this on. And we've got a slew of speakers, we got a keynote, got time for people to come just collaborate. It's meant to be a bit more of like a practitioners type of thing, but anybody can come if they want to. But it's kind of an idea to finally have something where, librarians and archivists and people that work at volunteer with historical societies and other groups can all come together. And luckily, with it being in Lansing, it's sort of like a fairly easy drive to get to for people within that hour and a half drive distance.
Well, I hope it becomes, the first annual and it's a success.
Mhm.
And while we're plugging for conferences, I will put a plug in. Okay, dogs, you're being too helpful here. That's their role of life. I will find the link and pop it in the chat. Okay, stop, you guys. We don't need to hear you. We are at the library. We're hosting the Guild of Library Makers conference. It's a free conference also, coming up Friday, September 18th. So if you're thinking about doing a makerspace, want to improve your makerspace, they're gearing one session completely toward the Southfield Library, and it's going to be, where do we start with the makerspace? So, because we don't have one yet. Let me find that link. Okay, hi dogs.
We did actually book for so like for the teens, um it's I found that especially on the half days for Tecumseh, we need to have a program. So we have programs every half day. So there's one in September, October, November, December. And then and they're crafting. Generally, I partner with a person who does crafts usually. And but January we have a dance studio coming to do K-pop dance as well. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but they're out of Ann Arbor. Can't remember their name right now, but fairly reasonable, I think. Less than $200 for them to come down for at least a couple of hours and teach kids some of those K-pop moves. So, and our kids, the kids I'm dealing with are usually, I'd say the average age is probably like seventh, eighth grade, maybe even a little bit younger for some of the programs. So that's, we're looking forward to that. And, our adult programming tends to be more like author talks and, special interest things like the Bath tragedy. But our teen stuff tends to be more crafting mystery rooms, things like that. And we actually do have a guy coming, Jerry DeCare, in August, just in a couple of weeks, August 29th, who's a Marvel comic illustrator. And he's going to teach people how to draw Marvel the way he draws, basically, not probably to his level, but he teaches the techniques and he gives away a lot of his demos, during it. And since this is a marketing group, um, you know, there's like 70 spots available, 68 available to do this. And so far there's only 12 signed up. And, we're less than 2 weeks away. And we've done the normal Facebook and oh, good, Joy. I'm looking forward to him a great deal. He's been great to work with, and then his um, agent, he has an agent now, has been great to work with. Anyway, we've done all the press releases and like the normal stuff, and I really promoted this at the open houses, but we still only have 12 that have committed, to coming. And it is it's a one to four on a Saturday afternoon in late August. Um, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. It probably does. Um, but we're hoping to get more than that. I mean, I'd like to at least get, 30 or 40 people, doing that. And he wasn't like, again, a crazy expense. It was just under $500, and the Friends of the Library are sponsoring that for us. But that's that. I don't know. It's hard because, you really promote and promote and promote some things, and then I feel like they underperform. And then there's other things that people just show up, and it's too many people. There doesn't seem to be a pattern that I've seen and too much over the past 3 years I've been doing this. So But
Well,
I'm
I've
glad
been
that
doing it
Jerry
for
came.
more. Oh, I say I've been doing it for more than 3, and I haven't figured out the pattern. I always say programming is an art, not a science.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not just for teens. It's an adult. I mean, it's for theoretically all ages. I mean, he said Jerry said that it should be like somebody should be able to sit through this for 3 hours. So he recommended kind of upper elementary, all the way through, 100 years old. So basically, 10 to 100, or 8 to 100 or something. Um, so, but we're looking forward to that.
I was gonna say, if you have any, local social media groups that you can hit up
Yeah.
sometime, or if you have a next door group.
Yeah, there's a group called Housewives of Tecumseh that's very influential and has a lot of followers, and you have to like I'm not connected to them, but we have people in the library who are. You know, we've contacted them, and it's been like it's funny because this is what's perplexing, and this happened too with Girls Who Code. I get a lot of people who say, "This is great, man, let's do this. This is awesome." And then, but they don't do it. It's like the Glengarry Glen Ross, always be closing. Like I want them to physically sign up for this thing, Uh, and but then who knows? It's still a couple weeks away. School's starting. Like there's a lot going on. Um, so I don't think we'll top out at 12, but I'd like to get at least half capacity to make it you know more worthwhile.
Well, we've got our fingers crossed here for you.
Oh,
So
thank you. That's something for sure.
I say it. I'd say for a program like that, also send it out to Micheline Bell. So if neighboring communities see it.
Yeah, there are some local comic book shops in Adrian, which is just south of here. So I'm gonna take some flyers over there also. But I just kind of figured too, like with the Spider-Man movie being so popular and that being, a Marvel project, and I don't think Jerry worked on that necessarily, but Marvel is connected to that. We also had an event here in town that was Marvel themed for the Marvel universe, and so we promoted it through that. And I just feel like yeah, you're like people walk by your store and say, "Oh, that's really cool," and they may even hold the product and stuff, and then they walk away. You know, yes. Oh, art teachers, that's a good idea. Thank you, Laura. That is a good idea.
If you're watching on the recording, Laura popped in the chat as an idea to connect with the art teachers. Hopefully have them then share it to their students.
Yeah. And we did promote it to the schools also. Like we do a weekly, we're in their weekly bulletin and the scrolling. But if it was targeted specifically to the art teachers, I think that would probably be more effective.
Yeah.
You have a very strong art program here in Tecumseh.
Well, you'll have to let us know next month how it went.
I will.
And also, Laura popped in the chat that MCLS is looking for 2 administrative assistants, and the link is in the chat. So, and I see their remote work, which I know I'm in a local moms group that is always has people looking for remote work. So I'm going to post it up there for you, Laura.
Excellent. No, they're great positions, and we really are looking for folks who are excited to connect with our members. And you do interesting things, webinar hosting, so you get to, hear and see our training and just all kinds of interesting jobs that support the work we do. So if you know of anyone looking for work like that, it's, pretty flexible because we're hiring 2 folks to make sure that it's flexible. Sorry, maybe you can't hear me. I just hit my microphone up.
Oh, no,
Sorry.
you're good.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, so if you know of anyone, I just wanted to put that out there. So thank you.
Well, I hope you find two great people for that role.
Thank you. Me too.
And now the floor is open. Who's got a question for the group, or what has worked in the last month or hasn't worked and you want to share?
Seasonal crafts. Seasonal crafts always work. We have a craft coming up. It's a spooky crystal ball candlestick DIY craft. It isn't until September 24th. Registration opened yesterday. It's already full.
Wow.
Wow.
Seasonal crafts. Crafts are good, but seasonal crafts, even better. For Halloween. What else is going well?
Say, well, I'll share one that it works best for Metro Detroit libraries, so Wayne, Oakland, Macomb libraries. We've been doing this. We partner with the DIA, and they've got funding. They will send a bus out to your library, so long as you can promise approximately 50 folks. And then they take you down to the museum for the day. You can choose to either do it where you get a tour of the museum, or they also have special days called Melodies at the museum where you can go down there for a concert, and then after the concert you get an hour to wander around the museum. And those things sell out not quite as quick as for Jeff, but we don't have them sell out in a day, but they sell out within a week. So and then people
We
are
did that
always
once.
clamoring to get on them.
We did that once. It was a hit. It was
Yeah.
great.
And they're free to the library. So
Mm-hmm.
And Laura popped in the chat that they see a ton of craft program results on library social media, and it always looks like people are having fun.
Yeah. We had DIY mermaid sensory bottles yesterday or the other day. That was a hit too. What was another hit is we had two literary film nerds come in and do a presentation. I say that with love because I'm acquainted with both of them. They did a presentation on the Odyssey, and it's the new film versus the literary reference points. And we kept that at 60, and we had 60. It was a hit.
Cool.
Timing is great, is of the essence, of course. But it tied in well because we have a film club, and the film club's been going strong for 4 years.
I'm impressed because we've tried film and they don't come out in Southfield. So
yeah, I don't know. We've been lucky.
Yeah.
I think my team hasn't really picked this up yet, but I think a film club is just waiting to be ready-made for because we're always sitting around thinking, man, we really wished we offered even more stuff for seniors, because with the wave of Gen X and millennials who came into the library and made it really cool, we forgot to, front load some senior programming. And I think film clubs are just waiting for you, because you just have a discussion about a film and it is classics from the 60s. We see a lot of seniors come out because they saw the film 10 times when they were young, and they're so geeked to talk about it. So it doesn't have to be like a cool cutting edge movie. It can be just something you've already seen 50 times on TCM. It's just good to be in a room together and talk to people who also like the same movie.
And congrats to you, Jeff, your millage pass. So hopefully you're breathing it out.
Oh my God. It was not a fun summer, but we did it.
Yep. You did it. Hopefully it's a long millage and you're not doing this again anytime soon.
10 years.
Okay, good. I say I give credit to whoever did the millage because it predates me in Southfield. They did it in perpetuity, so I don't have to
Oh,
do that.
wow. I didn't know those existed.
They do. I don't know how they got it set up or why, but yes, I do not have to ask for that. So
Wow.
That's outstanding.
Consider yourself lucky. I went from working at a job where the millage was every 10 years, and now I need to hope that the legislature actually passes the budget with everything that we need in it every year.
I am very thankful because I know you're in that position.
Come July, we all start sweating bullets because we never know if things are going to get signed on time or not.
Yeah. And nobody wants a state of Michigan shutdown.
No, no.
Least of all you. So I do have a question, Adam. So is the funding for Mel and Melcat secure? How would because I know you guys were
The
working on it
the
and
last I was aware, the results of the lawsuits from last year, I think, have settled things for now.
okay.
But I would not say things are over. There
Oh,
will always,
mhm.
I think, for the duration of this administration,
Yeah.
and this is just me speculating, that I'm sure they will look for other ways to find things to cut
Mm.
that serve no purpose in cutting other than just harming people in general. But yeah, I who knows? I haven't heard anything more. There may be things that like Michelle or Dave have heard more of, but at this point, I think they've moved on to other things to focus on
Yeah.
at the moment. So
Well, I'm glad, knocking on wood here, that for the moment, Mel and Melcat are secure.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, and I think what it did is it also alerted people more at the state level of what the value of it is, and it's also good that people like Dylan and Lisa at with their roles with MLA are also they know of its value and what it brings and being able to get the message out that way. So it's and also having for us just having a deputy superintendent who gets what we do here, which is also very helpful.
well, at least it had, I'm sure, it had some positive results. Positive, I'm sure it was not worth all the headaches and
No, no, no. I'm sure even the Attorney General's office was like, we have to sign on to this lawsuit.
yeah.
You would think this would be something that people would just want, but it never works out that way.
Nope. All right. Who else has something for the group?
What is up? Um, I'm putting an application in for us for the State Librarians Excellence Award. If I have that right, we'll see what happens. That's just something on my mind today.
Well, I would get it in sooner than later.
Oh yeah, because it's the end of the month, but I'm gonna get it in today. It'll be
Nice.
okay. I think it's on the 27th is my deadline. Um, but that was great. We've got letters of recommendation from the community. It's always great to hear people say nice things about you. Um, oh yeah, keep talking. I'll show you guys something in a minute here. I gotta pull it out of my drive though. real quick. Or can I?
I wondered how many people are planning on going to the MLA conference in late October. We're going to send a few folks there. It's closer to us than Lansing, not by a lot, but Novi is probably a half hour closer. It's about an hour or so from Tecumseh. I saw a couple things I was very interested in. One, um, possibly starting a writing center here, like a writing tutoring program, and there were a couple other things dealing with teens. But I just wondered how many people are planning on attending.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought it was
I'll be
great
there.
last year, but
I go every year.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to go for a day since it's close to me this year.
yeah, I think it's gonna be great. There's a good
One
there's
thing
some
I
good
loved
marketing
about it
to it.
was that all the sessions I went to started on time. The people were prepared, ended on time. Um, I just felt like there was a lot of care taken, to be honest, for our time. And the people that I saw were very professional. I saw a woman from Northville her name I can't remember her name now. She kind of does a lot of marketing. She's known Stephanie, maybe. Can't remember. She's pretty well
What
known.
library?
Well, who is Northville?
Oh, Katie.
Oh, that's Katie.
Katie. Yes. She was fantastic. Um, and for me being still fairly new, this being my third year, I mean, yeah, it's a cliche, obviously, but you feel like you're drinking water from a fire hose a lot, and she kind of broke down marketing in such a way that it made more sense because I do the market. Well, obviously, the marketing. Well, not everybody at the library knows that I do the marketing here, but or some of it. And yeah, she broke it down like what the purpose was, and uh, it was just really well done. And all of the sessions I went to, and probably the most humorous thing was I signed up for a session. It was for teen activism, basically, and somebody from Brooklyn, and I thought, oh, cool, because Brooklyn's right next to us. Brooklyn, Jackson. It's part of the Jackson District Library, and no, it's from Brooklyn, New York. She she was much more like a much bigger scope, I guess. Nothing against our local Brooklyn, but I thought, wow, that's impressive that they're here, talking to this group. And yeah, so it was really, I don't know. For me, it was I've been to a lot of conferences, education conferences and advanced placement college board conferences, and most of them have been pretty good, but this one in particular, like I thought the people were very professional and the staff was very professional. The food was good. Um, and I thought it was run very well. So I'm looking forward to going back in Novi for at least a day.
Cool.
That's excellent. Yeah,
Yes.
I've
Right.
presented with Katie.
Oh,
She's awesome. Before we
yeah.
co-presented on something. It
Is it
was
Katie Rothley?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she's great. Oh, there it is. Okay. Thanks, Laura. Yeah, and I've emailed her a couple times about marketing things, and she's very responsive.
Yeah. All right. You guys, I threw something into the chat. Something in Ferndale. A local artist got a 20-foot span of canvas and put it in a gallery and invited the entire community to come and just add whatever the heck they wanted to it. And the mural was going to be eventually donated to the library, but the community made it, which is really cool.
That is very cool.
That's what happened there. I always love working with local artists. September is library card sign up month, and we had a local artist make up a fun postcard that's going out soon. It took a chunk of our logo and sort of anthropomorphized it into a cartoon character. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't have another local artist working on some art for us for October's library card. No, Michigan Library Appreciation Month. So I don't know, just another reminder of reaching out to your local art community. They're fantastic. And they probably love the library.
So you're doing yours in October? Is that right?
October is Library Appreciation Month.
Okay.
We're still sending that postcard out for September's library card sign up.
Okay, so September is okay. Because I know like
Oh,
ALA did it a different month or something, or there were two different. So you're doing September sign up, and then October is appreciation. Okay.
the other thing we like to do, we did this last year, is we created a Beanstack bingo challenge for library cards sign up. And it's just completing simple activities through Beanstack whilst using your library card. It could be using Canopy, it could be simple things. You're just checking off the box, and every time you complete an activity, you get more draw towards a raffle prize. So it encourages people to come in, definitely encourages people to come in and sign up for their card. And this year, we're going to try to partner with the local coffee shop down the street and the local bakery and have a sign up Saturday where the first 50 people through the door signing up for or renewing their card are going to get either a free coffee or a free cookie. Because you're one smart cookie when you use your library card.
Nice.
I
Or
like the
library
tie-in.
cards. Library cards brew imagination. So that's happening on the 12th. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
I say that reminds me, we have a fun program coming up September 14th. It is National Coloring Day, so we've partnered with the Coloring Museum, and we're gonna have coloring all over the library that day. You can
Oh, that's awesome.
We have coloring plus the Coloring Museum plus 7 other local artists, and you can see them doing their art, and they'll have things for everybody to work on that's in their own style as well.
Kelly, can you talk more about what the Coloring Museum does? Because I was trying to explain it to our marketing committee yesterday at our meeting, and I failed pretty miserably explaining it. Yeah, I put the link. I
Yeah.
have the website, but can you explain like your kind of
Yeah,
perception of what happens?
so the Coloring Museum is founded by Cherie Savage, who is a former graphic artist at the Southfield Library, so she has a strong library connection. Her day job is she does videography for Little Caesars, but this is her passion project. And she believes that coloring is something great for all ages to do, and it brings the community together. She's currently working on, eventually it'll be a brick and mortar museum, but currently should launch as a coloring trailer. She should have that done in about a month. So she brings that out to different events, and she'll create a custom illustration for your library if you'd like, or your community. We had her do one for Southfield's big 250th anniversary. But she'll bring coloring sheets, and she's just a wonderful person to work with, so organized and on top of it. Like for this National Coloring Day, like last night, she just sent out the media kit. It's not only me, but all the artists involved. So she is just very on top of it, loves art, loves coloring, and is a wonderful artist in her own right, of course, too. I hope that helps.
No, that helps a lot, and that's why I put it in our agenda because of the America 250. You shared it. I'm looking at her website right now. kind of as you were talking. And I guess my question was like, does this art stay at the library or at with whatever's created? Does it stay there?
So I think it could go both ways. Like the big uh illustration for 250, we have that at the library. So
Okay.
that was donated to us, and we're actually going to bring it back out for this the National Coloring Day, so
Okay.
people can add to it more that day.
Then, of course, whatever she provided as far as
Yeah.
their normal sheets and stuff, that they can keep that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Of course, yeah, that you can take home with you. So,
Wow.
and like part of what she's doing at this one is everybody will do a little like square of an artwork, and then it's all put together.
Oh, okay. What's approximate cost for something like this?
For the custom one for the 250, that was 2,500. So it is on the
Oh, wow.
pricier side.
Okay. What if
The
she
one
just,
we're doing in September is a free event to us. It's a promotion for her and just her give back to the community.
okay.
But she's willing to work with you. She knows library budgets are not, big.
Yeah, Tecumseh is like an hour basically from Comerica Park. Like
Yeah.
it's not that far. Seems far in a way, but it's not. Yeah, I think I'd like to get in touch with her. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Anybody else have
Guys,
anything for the meeting? Oh, yep, Jeff.
tiny art. Tiny art.
Woohoo!
We're doing tiny art. It's our 5th year. Wow.
Woohoo!
Um, I know a lot of libraries do this, but one of the cutest things we do is we also do a reception. So we take our whole event space and we put all 100 pieces in there. And of course they all fit because they're only 5 inches tall. But it's so cute to see people of all ages come in and look at their art. It's just the best.
And that is what we are here for.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that positive note, we'll be back. It's our next meeting is coming up on Tuesday, September the 15th. And today I remembered to hit record, so I'll be sending this recording out later today.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you, Kelly. Thanks, everyone. Have a good month.
Bye.